Hey, my name's Kez. I'm going to show a little bit about how to use SQLite with Visual Studio Code because I've gotten a few requests. All right, so first things first, just to make sure that everyone can use it comfortably even if they don't know a lot, I'm going to show you how to add SQLite 3 as an environment variable. So go ahead if you're on Windows and type path into the search in your Windows toolbar. And you should see edit the system environment variables. Go ahead and click on that. Then click on environment variables and scroll to path under user variables for your username. Click edit. Then you can create new. And what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste the path to your SQLite 3 exe file. That should be the one that you got either off of Canvas or off of that SQLite website. Okay, so once you've added your path here, you click OK, you click OK, you click OK. And now what that does is it makes it so that if you type SQLite 3 into the command line, it will actually open up a SQL command prompt. So let me show you what that looks like. So here's Visual Studio Code. What you do is you say terminal, new terminal. Here's my command line. Now, since I've added SQLite 3 to my environmental variables, I type this, press enter, and now I have the command line that we all know and love from class. So if you want to stop the video here, you can, and now you can use Visual Studio Code the same way you do just the regular SQLite. I'm going to quit from here and get this out of our way. So now, what about actually making databases? So if you click here, this is going to give you extensions, and then you can search for SQLite 3 in the extensions. And you should see one from Alex CVZZ. So go ahead and install that. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a lot of useful tools for using SQLite, things like data visualization and easy queries and things like that. So once you've installed that, you can go to your main file explorer. We can open a folder. So I'm going to open, let's just do documents, and well, let's just do it here. I'm going to delete it anyways. All right. So we've got documents open. Now let's create a new database. So I'm going to call this database test, and the file extension is DB. Okay, so now I've got my database here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to open the database. Now that popped up a SQLite Explorer down here, so I'm going to close this, close that, and open the SQLite Explorer. So now this is the representation of my database. So if I want to create tables, I can right click on it and I can say new query. Now what that's going to do is it's going to just create a SQLite type file. And all that is, if you want to look here, well, I haven't saved it yet, but it's basically a file with a SQL extension. So I can show you really quick. Let's call this test create, and we'll give it the extension SQL, enter. And so now you know two ways to do it. I will not save that. So here's our test create SQL file. Let's create table, test table. We're going to give it the values, let's say name, and that'll be varchar. Let's give it 9. And I don't know, mood, that'll be char 2. I don't know. Okay, so then we can do this. Oop. And if we right click, we can run this query. We can run it on test database. and it will appear here. So now you can't really see, but this is representing the fact that we now have one table. And if I close this, you can also say here, let me quickly close and reopen the database so that it refreshes. Now you can see your table, test table. All right, so now what if I want to do some sort of operation on this table? Well, I can right click on the table and I can do a new insert query, and it gives me a bunch of the syntax. And it even allows me to see what these different attributes are. So let's give it a name of hello, and a mood, that was just a couple characters, of, let's say, 00, because that's how I'm feeling. All right, so then we can either highlight it and do selected query, or we can just do what we did before and run the query. All right. Now, if we press play on TestDB, that's going to show us what the table looks like. So these are just a few of the things that you can do. The nice thing about this is that you can create a sort of modular style of code where you have all of your table creations in one file. You can have all your dropping tables in another file, all of your inserts into one file. And then you can very easily do something like create a run shell script. And then the way that you run a query on a database is you say SQLite 3, the name of the database, which is testdb, an arrow pointing into the database, and then the name of your query or SQL file or whatever you're doing. And so once you've done that, you can save this. You can save this. We can go back to the terminal and we can say, let's change the permissions for run.sh. Let's change those permissions to 700. That means that we can execute it. And now when we do ./run.sh, it would run this file, but as you can see, I've already created this table, so it doesn't want to do that. But it would have worked if I hadn't run it already. So there is my long rundown of how to use SQLite 3 in Visual Studio Code. Let me know if you have any questions.